Hello and welcome back to the channel. So this week we are talking about a special suburb called Flower Mound. Now me myself, I grew up in North Carolina. I grew up on the lake. So Flower Mound now has a very special place in my heart because it is lakeside. So we're gonna get into a couple communities that are also lakeside, some things to do, the schools, neighborhoods, all the things Flower Mound. So stay tuned. So Flower Mound is located 30 miles northwest of Dallas and about 35 miles northeast of Fort Worth. And you're just 10 miles north of DFW Airport, so you are in a prime location. Not to mention, you are bordering the northern shore of Lake Grapevine. And you may be wondering, where exactly does Flower Mound get that name? So Flower Mound was named after a 12.5-acre prominent 50-foot high mound that is located in the center of the town. Settlers in the 1840s named this mound after the unusual amount of wildflowers that grew on this mound. Now there are myths that circle about this mound. Some people believe this to be built by ancient cultures. Another myth is that this is an Indian burial mound. But I am proud to say SMU archaeologists have excavated the land around the mound and have not found any Indian skeleton bones, so I don't think it's an Indian burial ground. Aside from being known for the Flower Mound is also known for its highly rated schools. For the 2024 school year, there are about 19 public schools serving over 16,000 students in Flower Mound, Texas. There are also about 11 private schools serving a little over 2,000 private students. And Flower Mound has one of the highest concentrations of top-ranked public schools in Texas. Some of the top 3 schools are Flower Mound High School, Marcus High School, as well as Wellington Elementary School. Now for more ratings on the schools here in Flower Mound or for more information, you can go to greatschools.org. And if you'd like, you could type in your address and search what schools a specific address or property is zoned for. This is really helpful when we start touring properties down here. And if you want to be in a specific school zone or if you want to be in a specific elementary school, high school, middle school, we can easily do a search and ensure that that specific property is zoned to the school that you are looking for. So definitely check out greatschools.org for all things school related. So let's talk about some things to do in Flower Mound. Flower Mound is a really active community. There's lots of things to do outside, which I can't say for all the DFW suburbs. So let's get on into some really cool little communities and features and places for you to visit whenever you come and check out Flower Mound. So one of the first ones I want to mention is the Riverwalk in Flower Mound. The Riverwalk is a really popular area and you may hear it referred to as Restaurant Row. And that's because there is a line of restaurants that line one side of the water feature, creek, whatever you want to call it. And then on the other side, you've got residential. So you have townhomes, new construction townhomes, single family apartments, just a mix of different residential units. And if you're interested in new construction and you're looking at townhomes, Mattamy Homes is building a section of this neighborhood, which is new construction. These are all townhomes, so if you're interested, definitely reach out to me and we can take a look at those. But this is a great little area. It's beautiful, it's very walkable. So from the single family, townhomes, even apartments, you can walk over the bridge and it will bring you to restaurants. So you can quickly grab a bite to eat during lunch or during dinner. So it's a really cool little spot. And one example of the townhomes that's listed here is 4248 Riverside Drive. This is such a cute one. This actually overlooks this little water feature here. So you can cross over the bridge and then get to your restaurants. But I thought this was such a great example of a community or a townhome in this community that you could take a look at. Now another area of town that I want to mention is Twin Coves Park and Campground. Twin Coves Park and Campground is located on a 243 acres on the north shore of Grapevine Lake. The park has 19 furnished cabins and 22 RV slips. And 2 events that are coming up that you may want to take a look at is Twin Coves Open House. They're having an open house March 16th. And this is really just to explore the campground. And then they're also having a total eclipse of the mound. And if you haven't heard, Texas is actually going to be experiencing a total eclipse in April. I believe it's April 8th. So that might be a great time because a lot of people are coming down to Texas for that total eclipse. And they're having an event here at this campground. It should be really fun. So you should definitely come and check it out if you're in town. And if you are in town, let me know and we can tour some neighborhoods around Flower Mound. Another cool little area of Flower Mound is a awesome dog park. This is called Hound Mound Dog Park. It's a 5-acre dog park located on the east side of Heritage Park. which is another really popular park here in Flower Mound. But this is a great little area. It has separate areas for small dogs and large dogs. So if you are traveling with your dog, checking out Flower Mound, or if you're moving to this area, you definitely have to take your dogs over to this park. Now, one of my favorite areas, and technically this park is in Grapevine, but it's close enough to Flower Mound that I just had to mention it. It's called Rockledge Park. This is such a beautiful park. It's actually located on these rocky bluffs of Lake Grapevine, and it is hands down the most beautiful views of Grapevine Lake. A lot of families go out here, friends gather out here and have little cookouts. So it's a really cool spot. You can rent kayaks and rent paddle boards. You can also put sea-doos and different boats in the water. I think there were some people out there windsurfing. Murrell Park is another really good park that's not too far away, and this is for sure in Flower Mound. So that's another park that you can check out as well. Now, one area very close to Rockledge Park is called Lakeside Village. Lakeside Village is a beautiful little community. It's a mixed-use development master plan community, but it's a 160-acre urban-style development next to the shores of Lake Grapevine. It's a master plan community with a variety of residential choices. It's got restaurants, shops, cafes, offices, and a boardwalk, and is really a perfect walkable community to the town of Flower Mound. On the day I was out here, it was beautiful. The sun was shining, it was close to 80 degrees already, and people were outside on the patios enjoying some food, some wine, some drinks. It was truly beautiful, and the fact that you can walk to all of this is perfect. And it's a pretty quiet community. I mean, unless you come into the little town with all the residential spaces, but tucked behind the residential are townhomes and different single family options, and it's such a cute little place. So I highly encourage you to check out Lakeside Village. And there's a lot of growth going on in Lakeside Village. So right now they have started construction on these Mediterranean villas. I think they're focused on 11 to start with, but I think it's gonna be a community of about 58 of these Mediterranean villas. So they are beautiful luxury villas. I think they start above $1 million. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely reach out and we can talk to the builder about that. Another new construction option that they are working here in Lakeside Village is a beautiful condo complex. The renderings look absolutely stunning, so I think this is gonna be a great little area. So it's called 3111 Sunset Boulevard, and it's gonna be a 16-story residential tower. And if you look at this picture, 3111 Sunset Boulevard is to the left. In the center of this project is going to be a hotel, and then to the right of the project is going to be an office building. And then across from all three of these is going to be an amphitheater, a little walkway, and then 6 different Lakeview restaurants. I mean, we are here for the Lakeview restaurants. I am so excited about that. It's gonna be like a blast from the past for me. But they have already started on this condo building. You can also see it from Lake Grapevine. So you can look out in the distance and see them working on this condo building, and it's going to be awesome. I've heard that there's going to be 1, 2, 3 bedroom condo units, as well as some beautiful penthouses. So if you're not into the single family or the townhome and you want no yard work at all, maybe we check out some condos with a view of Lake Grapevine. And so since we're talking about these neighborhoods and these communities, I also want to mention 2 others that are really popular here in Flower Mound. And one of those communities is called Bridlewood. Now, Bridlewood is a really popular neighborhood here in Flower Mound, maybe one of the top neighborhoods in Flower Mound. It's got an 18-hole golf course plus an equestrian center, and is a master plan community with a golf course. You've got a price point of about $600,000 to $1.5 million here. And on the higher end of this price point, you've got really big lots that are closer to the equestrian center. And this is the only neighborhood in Flower Mound that I know of with an equestrian center. So if that's something you like, you should look at Bridlewood, because that's a great option. But like I was saying, so you've got a price range of about $600,000 to $1.5 million. Now, as you get up in the price point, this is gonna put you into a different section of this neighborhood that's closer to the equestrian center. These homes are gonna be on larger lots, closer to 1 acre. So you do have 1 acre lots here in this neighborhood, which is great. I know a lot of you are looking for some land when you move out here, so that is definitely something to look at. But the neighborhood has tons of hiking and biking trails. It's zoned to Marcus High School, and it's also closer to shopping. So at the intersection of Justin Road and Long Prairie Road, you were gonna see kind of like a T, And that's where your Whole Foods is, that's where your Target is, Academy Sports. A lot of central shopping in Flower Mound is located at this intersection. And one of the reasons why people like Bridlewood so much is because it is very close to this intersection. So that could be a really great option for you to check out. And another nearby community that's not too far from Bridlewood, but is a little further west, is a community called Tour 18. Now you may have heard of Tour 18 before. It is a golf course community and it's known for its golf course. So this golf course is designed to replicate the most famous holes from renowned courses across the United States. It is a gated neighborhood with beautiful custom homes on large lots. And one example of this would be 8505 Lighthouse Drive. This home is worth $4.2 million. It's sitting on 2.2 acres and it was built in 2018. So that's one thing that I do want to mention. A lot of the neighborhoods here in Flower Mound, the homes are a little bit older. So maybe like, early 2000s is what I'm seeing a lot of, specifically in Bridlewood and as well as Tour 18. Some of these homes have been completely gutted and renovated, so they look a lot newer than they actually are, but the build times are going to be in early 2000s. Now this property specifically on Lighthouse Drive is an exception. This one was custom built in 2018. So if you're looking to do a custom build and you want to be in a golf course community, something like this would be a great option. I've also seen some people doing full gut jobs of these older properties that are on, considerable acreage. I mean, this one is on 2.2 acres, so if you want the bigger lot and you kind of like an earlier build, this could be a good option. And this neighborhood specifically could be a really great option for you. Some other notable neighbors that are really popular is Wellington, Canyon Falls, as well as Town Lake. There is a ton of other neighborhoods in Flower Mound that are super popular though. So if you are interested in looking here, definitely reach out to me and I can send you a whole list and we can talk about which neighborhoods might be a best fit for you. Now let's talk about the housing. We've talked about some neighborhoods. There's also some really beautiful lakeside neighborhoods. But as far as housing goes, the average price point here in Flower Mound is about $575. Now personally, I think this is a little bit on the low end. I think a lot of your houses in Flower Mound, they're gonna be upwards of $575 because you do have bigger lots over here. And you've got some really nice neighborhoods. So I would take $575 with a grain of salt. It really depends on what you're looking for. It may be a little bit more or higher than $575. Lakeside Village is gonna have a lot more new construction coming. And then Toll Brothers just announced last year that they are going to be coming with a new construction neighborhood, and it's called Oak Bridge Crossing. I will have more information about this community when they release it, and I imagine that we'll probably go and tour this community on this YouTube channel as soon as they get a model up. So definitely stay tuned for that. Well, that is a wrap on this week's video of Flower Mound. I hope you liked it, hope you learned something new about Flower Mound, and I hope I gave you some really good areas to check out when you're in town checking out Flower Mound. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are interested in living in Flower Mound, definitely reach out to me. I would love to help you on your search so we can narrow down some really great spots that fit you and your family. And I will see you on the next video.